Hi guys, this is Inspirational Nails, and I'm coming to show you my new mani. And they look like Oxford socks. And I really wanted to just create a look that wasn't, really catered to 100% the fall or 100% Halloween at the moment. So I really just wanted to do something a little fun, but incorporated colors that were, within the fall or Halloween and kind of have that feel without being just too that it's fall or a Halloween nail art at the moment. So I thought this would be a great look. And basically what I used is the same image, but I used it with two different colors, okay? And I used a black and a white for the stamping. And for the base color, I used this orange one here, and it's called In the Hues. This is, it doesn't have the tag on it, which I apologize. I do have it somewhere, but it came off and I have to put it back on. This is from, I think it was the Big Texas collection a couple of years ago. And I really fell in love with this color from that collection. And the reason why I like it so much, because if you look on this nail, I don't have any stamping, so you really could see this color very well. It is a great orange color, especially for the fall. And I'm sorry, it's not focusing, so there you go. And it's a great orange color if you want to use it for fall nail art in any way, or you want to use it for maybe a Halloween nail art, like for a pumpkin, because it's just a great orange color. And I think it's one of the things about this particular polish is that it's opaque in one coat. This is one coat. I used one coat in all of my nails, so I didn't even have to go in with a second coat because that's how opaque it is. Okay, and then the stamping plate that I used is another newer one from Fashionista from the Moyu collection. And this is number 15. And you guys know, if you guys watch my channel, you know that I am a huge fan of Moyu London. I have a lot of other different brands of stamping plates. The reason why I'm very devoted, and it's Moyu London is right at one of the tops for me when it comes to stamping plates, just because this is what made me, this company is what made me fall in love with stamping. I really did not like stamping very well. I had stamping products for a long time and stamping plates, and I just wasn't good at it. And once I got the Moyu London plates, I started using them, and I just found that almost 70% of my polishes work with the plates. And I was so overwhelmed that I was able to use so much of my colors, and some of the nail polish you may have may be more opaque than others, but when you're become very into stamping and you start texturizing and stamping with so many different colors so that you can get depth and dimension on your nails, it just becomes really fun, because you can really take a polish that's really more translucent, but then take that image, stamp it with that translucent image, and then take another polish that's more opaque and stamp it over, and already, wow, you have a two-dimensional, that the background may be subtle, but you still will see it, if you guys know what I mean. So again, as I said, I'm just very, very devoted to Moyu London because they are the ones that made me fall in love with stamping. So I have to give them the credit that is deserved to them, because they are an amazing stamping plate company. Okay, now this plate here is one of their newer ones. It is the Fashionista collection number 15, and it just has some really nice pattern type of images, and that's what she's kind of all about. So you could see, her shirt has a lot of different type of patterns, almost like quilted patterns, I guess. And you have a lot of different variety here, which I really love. There's a little fish, I love that, and the one that has like the water with this. You can kind of put these like sea stars, and here's another one with the fish, and look at this one. I love this one with the hearts coming down. The one that I use is this one right here, okay? And how I achieve this look is basically by stamping two colors on top of each other. And again, there's no really right or wrong. Oh, excuse me, I apologize. But, you know, sometimes I'm not looking for it to be perfect. I just, you know, especially if I'm kind of trying to get it done quickly, I try to just stamp the image. I don't expect it to be 100% perfect unless I really am focused that I wanted to make it perfect. But this is just easy, and it's not hard at all. And right here, I'm going to do it on my thumb so you guys can see. And all I did was do one coat of the In the Hues of Faux Pied, and then I put Chef's Vite on top. I really like using, and this is a tip, whenever you're going to go stamp, instead of stamping right onto the polish, I like to put Chef's Vite first, let it dry completely, and then go ahead and stamp over it. And the reason that is because let's say you make a mistake. It's easy to take pure acetone and you can quickly wipe it off, and you're pretty much gonna still have, you know, your polish untouched. You maybe have to go over it maybe with another one coat of Chef's Vite, but most of the time the stamping will just come right off and you can just restamp. Okay, so that is, I think, a really good tip, because, you know, I like to do things in layers, and a lot of times I mess up, so sometimes I just have to take it off and start again. And it's easier to do it that way than to have to take everything off and start all over from scratch. Okay, so this is the image that I am going to use. Now, I should have done it on my thumb versus this one because I am a lefty, so it's going to kind of be a little bit awkward. But, you know, you'll get the idea. Okay, so the first color that I went in with is black, and I'm using this one from Salon Express. And yes, Salon Express does have nail art paints for their stamping, and I didn't even know that. I found these at a dollar store, not Dollar Tree, at a dollar store. And I just recently found them. They had a bin full of these, and they had this one, which was bold black, and they had the white, which was Snow White. So, you know, I picked up these because they were only $1, so you cannot go wrong. And these are stamping polishes. So I'm super excited that I found these, because I didn't even know they made the paint for, you know, the stamping, for the stamping plates that they have from Salon Express. And that's that kit that is like very common. It's in most of the stores. So let's get started. And this is not a very bold black. I know it says bold black, but it really isn't. It's a more subtle black. And that's kind of what the look I did want. I didn't want it to be too opaque. And I'm just going to go in with my Westonian stamper. And you see it kind of smudged a little bit. Okay, so we don't want that, so I want to start again. And that's because I just didn't swipe it the right way. Whenever you have images that do have more deep, sometimes you have to find the right way to actually swipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn my plate this way, and I'm going to swipe this way. Because you see, these have more larger grooves where the paint has to sit in order to grab a hold of that image. So again, I'm going to, so don't get, again, with stamping, don't get discouraged. You just got to keep trying different ways, different stampers, different polishes until you find what really works for you. Okay, and I think that's still not going to work well, which let's try it. See, again, it bled. You see that? Okay, so now I'm going to try it this way. Okay, and I know for a fact that this way it will work better for me. Again, everybody is different, and remember, because I am a lefty, okay, me swiping this way, it just, I don't have the strength to really swipe it the right way, the way it should. Now once I swipe it going against the actual, going towards the left, because I am a lefty, it will work. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to say, is that depending on, again, how you swipe might also be an issue. So you just have to find different ways to go ahead and do that until you find the right way, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now here I go, and I'm going to take my stamper. I'm going to swipe to my left because I am a lefty and it's just easier for me. Okay, and now I'm going to take my stamper and stamp it, and voila. Okay, now here it did bleed a little bit, and that's okay. I'm just going to go with my finger and kind of correct it there. Okay, and I'm not going to stretch it. I'm just going to go ahead and line it up as best I can. Push my finger and lift off. And there it is. Okay, and I hope you guys can see it well. And now I'm just going to go and clean up my stamper, even though there's really nothing there. But just in case there's some residue. Now, the next thing that you want to do is really clean that image really well. And the reason is because you just started with black, which is a very dark color, of course. And you're going to go on top of it with white. So in order to really clean, because it's a really deep, and most of the MoU images are very deep, you really want to clean it well. So you take any residue that might be off of it so that you have a clean slate, so that when you put the white on, it comes out as opaque as possible without having it to be pick up any of the color from the black. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Salon Express with the white, and this one's called Snow White. And again, these are not as bold as other, like maybe the Conads or other brands, especially I use the NK, and the NK black is black. It is dark black. But again, I was not looking for that that look. So here's the white, and the white is, for me, it is a more subtle white. It's not as bright. And again, I'm going to swipe this way. Okay, you're not going to see it very well because it's white, so you're not going to see it very well. So here's the white, and I'm just going to go on top of it. Okay. And there we go. It's not, I didn't line it up perfect, again, because I'm doing it from my right hand onto my left hand. But you get the idea. It still looks good, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And then, of course, I would just go ahead and put some top coat, which I'm going to use Sèche Vite. Okay, and if you want to give it a little bit of time to dry, then you probably want to give it at least maybe, I would say 60 seconds, for the polish to dry before you put on the Sèche Vite. I put it on right on top, and it didn't give me any problems. But sometimes you might have some smearing, so you don't want that. So you just want to give it just a couple of, probably 60 seconds to just completely dry before you go ahead and put the Sèche Vite on. And, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you, took something away from it. And until next one, bye guys!